Okay, Mansika, you can start.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Then should I start? Good evening, everyone. My name is Bansika Mishra. Very welcome to our esteemed founder, Mr. Prabhu Prasad Mishra, President, Mr. Bikram Kesari Nanda, Working President, Mr. Vasadhi Anand, our Chief Guest, Mr. Himanshu Das, Honorable GB members, advisory members, team members, and those of you who have joined us today. Thank you all for finding time and visiting our today's webinar. So, the webinar topic that will be discussed today is medical coding as a career for pharmacy graduates. So, what is medical coding? I bet there must be many questions in your mind. To put it simply, medical coding refers to the process of translating important medical information into simple codes for the purpose of documenting medical records and informing accurate medical billing. It surely is a new career opportunity for people pursuing pharmacy. We can get into details once the session starts. Before that, there are some information. We are live right now in our
Good evening. And do I need to start my video as well? Do you want me to start it? Yeah. Am I audible? Am I audible? Can you all see me as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're live now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So are you expecting others to join in, or shall we start?
Bikram bhai, should we start?
We can start.
We can start, right? And
Yes.
and uh, and before I start, I would like to understand from you guys, shall we keep it only in English, or we can just use vernacular language, I mean the ODIA? Just let me know for your participants' ease. Let me know, shall we continue only in English, or
So we
So
can
we
continue
should.
both English and Odia and Hindi. Anything works. Vernacular.
okay, so I can do it in English and ODIA. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like when you mix a lot of languages, it lost in translation, right? The main agenda lost in translation. I hope we'll be keeping it very simple, so you won't be having any problem understanding. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's start. Let's jump into the presentation. I'll be presenting in front of you so that you guys can go through it and understand what medical coding is all about. But before that, before I dive into what medical coding is all about, I would like to understand from you guys, maybe if any of you can answer, or few of you must have attended few of my sessions before. Has anyone attended it before? Because I think post COVID we did only 1 or 2 sessions. So is there anybody present here who has attended my sessions before?
I guess no one, sir.
Okay. I always ask the same question to you before I start. Like you are.
The next option was pharmacy or agriculture. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So you have made a great choice. So that's nice. So for today's topic and for today's webinar, we'll be discussing 5 important things that revolves around your career perspective and how you can give your career a opportunity to beyond your traditional career, whatever you have been pursuing or your seniors for last few years have been pursuing. What extra can you get in this new era? And then I'll be also talking about the career opportunities and job prospects and other things related to medical coding. And then we'll be having a Q&A session at the end, And in between, if you have any queries, just keep on asking it in the chat box so that I'll keep a note and I'll be answering it at the end of the session. Okay. And another thing that I think we can discuss is your, one second, just I'm getting a message from you guys. Is it your Aobpsa? One second. The team is messaging me, yeah. And then also we'll be talking about the global career opportunities. Without any delay, let's jump into the presentation slide. I'll just take you through that. Can you see my screen, guys? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the future is really interesting, exciting. So let's jump in. So let me tell you a bit about us, like what exactly we do and when we started and all. So we started in Hyderabad way back in 2015, and we do a lot of stuff apart from medical coding, which is medical coding is one of our flagship course. And beyond medical coding, we also do digital marketing, then communication and soft skills training and all. So the main aim, 50 colleges across India, and a lot of our students have been placed in like top brands. You can see this United Health Group, Omega and all. So the main aim is to improve the employability, give you the digital skills that you need and the information so that you have the options to choose what you exactly want in your career. So as we are addressing you who are all the pharmacy students and who are going to be pharmacy graduates, B Pharm, M Pharms, and all. So you have a lot of things to ponder upon. So the first thing that you have done right is that you have chosen a field which is actually no recession, which does not have any recession to per se, because it's related to healthcare field. So since you are into healthcare, let's understand why this global healthcare industry is waiting for you. And since the pandemic, and even before the pandemic happened, a lot of things has been happening in the global healthcare industry. The healthcare is moving into digital format long back, even if we don't realize, the things have been moving a bit faster. So if somebody is pursuing a life science career or a pharmacy career or something related to healthcare, what are the opportunities that they have in front of them apart from your regular things? So here I present you with a very important cog in the healthcare wheel, that is medical coding. If you understand medical coding, a lot of you might not have been very aware about it, especially this part of India. I'm talking about the eastern part. A lot of you and a lot of even healthcare professionals are not aware about it, unfortunately. But if you move, a lot of my working life has been spent in southern India. And if you see in the South India, the concentration of medical coding companies and related companies are there. And so the awareness among the students who are from the South is there. So career path clearly tha when someone graduation ne thanti, maybe B Pharm korthanti ya M Pharm korthanti, or even after close to, they have a real career path because they have the information at hand, and the colleges also provide them the platform, which unfortunately I don't see here in my experience of last 6 years operating the ODISHA market. That same level of awareness. That's why we decided to conduct seminars across colleges. I think in the last 6 years, because of COVID, we have conducted seminars in almost every colleges, every pharmacy colleges in Odisha. to create the awareness, and lot of students have got benefited as well from that. So now let's understand what medical coding is exactly. So as Vanshika had introduced and she gave a glimpse of it, and the CPT, all the surgery related codes, all the procedures, all the radiological procedures, maybe CT scan, MRI, X-ray, anything that comes under CPT. And HCPCS is something which represents the equipment codes. So these are the basically three types of code that are used in the healthcare system. But before I talk about it, let's jump onto the history of medical coding, like how medical coding started and when it started actually. The history is very interesting. Actually, it started in 1948. So it's long back. It's almost 75 years back. 75 years back it started. So WHO actually started it to compile the data of morbidity and mortality. So by 1948, they had already started it. The classification system has already established by WHO. So initially it was designed to only compile the data of morbidity. Morbidity, what is morbidity? Morbidity is the disease, the frequency of disease, how many times a disease is happening, and mortality is the occurrence of death or the frequency of death. So just to compile the data of morbidity and mortality, WHO had started in 1948, and they had decided that every 10 years they will be updating it. And then in due course, other important organization as American Hospital Association and AHIMA. Like AHIMA stands for American Health Information Management Association. They started it for hospital indexing. Like in hospital, whoever patient comes, like whatever disease that they have, they started using the ICD for the hospital indexing. But when more countries started to use it, they thought that ICD-8, that time they had ICD-8, like they had done some revisions and all. So ICD-8 ସେମାନେ ଦେଖିଲେ କି କିଛି problems ଅଛି, କିଛି lack ଅଛି ଏଇଥିରେ, then ସେମାନେ by 1979 ICD-9 published ହେଲା, and ICD-9 was there till 2013. Revisions होउथला every time, but गोटे नुआ revised system आसी नथिला, but ICD-9 2013 पर्यंत चलथिला, but ICD-10 नो ट्रायल स्टार्ट जाइथिला 92 रू. Then whatever things happened, then slowly ICD-10 improve होला, जोटा कि आमे वर्तमान which is जते सब diseases अछि सेटा हला ICD रे रहे, CPT सर्जरी रहे, and HCPCS जो equipments रहे. So I hope कि history एबे तमे तो जानि गलो हिस्ट्री कोन थिला, केमिति सेटा स्टार्ट हेतला, केमिति कोन यूसेज हेतला. तो एबे तो हिस्ट्री जानि गलो कि आमे एटा जानिबा कि मेडिकल कोडिंग रो यूसेज टा कोन अछि. Once you know the usage, then we'll move on to what a medical coder correct on, then we'll move on to the career opportunities. So now we are clear on history part. Then हमें देखिवा कि how medical coding helps the healthcare system. And what is the process of that? One second. So basically medical coding जेतेबेले जो country रे एवं जो healthcare system माने implement करंती, then every record, every disease is coded. Then what happens is that you are able to deliver better healthcare. For example, जेतेबेले तमे गोटे किछि disease हेछि, तमे hospital जाइछो and you are not in a position to tell your past medical history. तमरो कोन हेछि आगरु, कोन surgery हेछि, you never know. और तुम्हारा को मेडिसिन को एलर्जी अच्छे, you don't know. In that case, the doctor will treat you blindly without any proper information. But when your system, when that system is covered under medical coding or tankar say revenue cycle management has been implemented say country re or say healthcare system re, just in a click of button semane jani paribe with your medical record number ki tomaro last 10 years 15 years re kon treatment heitila. They will be able to get more data so that they will be able to treat you in a better way. So this is first application of medical coding. Second application hochi gote government level le semane data extract kari paranti to take a lot of decision, finance decision on healthcare spending, को country को state पाई या को particular community पाई को diseases बेसी होची so that they can spend accordingly their healthcare spending and they will have a data को diseases बेसी होची. For example मु एबे कहबी कि let's say Bhubaneswar, in Bhubaneswar area or in Khordha district, how many of them are having type 2 diabetes or diabetes mellitus? Kete jana achhanti diabetes mellitus re? We don't have a data. Bujhi paribani, technically kichi kahibini. I'll be only making you understand simpler way. Good abstract information thiba to mu taku 80 gote graph re gote once he analyze the report, then they will assign the codes, then it will go for the quality audit. The quality audit, there will be a quality auditor and quality control department. That will be, the codes will be checked and it will be passed on for the approval. Then the customer feedback will be taken. Customer is your insurance company, he is your customer, and the feedback will be taken, and if there are any changes, then implementation of changes will be done. So this is the simple 6-tier medical coding process that jota ki a medical coder on a day-to-day basis re kare. So I hope you understand. Jodi bhi kichi doubts achi, jodi bhi kichi achi, just make a note or start sending it in your chat. Then mu etu tumko sample gote report show karibi. Jo report re gote ICD code and CPT code. I hope you understand ICD now, International Classification of Diseases, and CPT ta जोटा surgery and जहाँ अलगा procedure है तो. तो एटी impression ने कौन कहला ना osteoarthritis of the right hip है. तो ये जो code टा this stands for osteoarthritis. And ताकु कौन plan है तो plan है ला गोटे ultrasound guided injection दिया है. So ये जो code टा ultrasound guided injection पाई एटा गोटे establishment code. So the for entire healthcare जो record टा medical record को से दीटा कि तीनटा कोड रे लिमिट कर दला. That means जने जदि ए तीनटा कोड अल्ट्रासाउंड गाइडेड इंजेक्शन देले, so instead of the entire report इंश्योरेंस कंपनी पाखको या जो माने एंड यूजर पाखको ओनली तीनटा कोड ही जीवो, and they could understand कि मेडिकल सॉरी कोन पई पेशेंट आस्तिला. आईसीडी कोड टा सब बेले कहिबो कि पेशेंट आसीतला कोन पई हॉस्पिटल. So this code here M16.11 which is osteoarthritis, से कहला कि कौन पाई आस्तिला, and एटा कहला कि को सर्विसेस आमे ताकू प्रोवाइड कलु एज ए प्रोवाइडर एज ए हॉस्पिटल और डॉक्टर. एंड डोंट वरी अबाउट दिस कोड्स, दिस यू तुमको किछि भी मने रखिया को पड़ेनी मेडिकल कोडिंग रे, बिकॉज़ देयर आर लैक्स ऑफ कोड्स, बिकॉज़ diseases are lakhs of diseases, hundreds of thousands of diseases are there. So किछि मने रखिया को पड़ेनी, you just need to know how to code and what to code, the tricks, techniques and the technicality of coding, because तुम पाखरे तुम काम करिवो सिस्टम रे the codes are always there. You just need to click it and the code तुम सिस्टम को आसी कोड तुम जो सॉफ्टवेयर रे काम करथो it will be there. So this is a sample report to understand कि गोटे medical coding as a medical coder what he does. So जो माने quality रे काम को, they will just need to check this code whether it is correct or not. So this is a sample report to understand what a medical coder does. I hope you are with me till now. Now that I covered what is medical coding, history of medical coding, and medical coder, as a medical coder, what you are supposed to do, now let's understand what is there for you as a student to choose a career in medical coding, because this is what you want to hear. Because this is the most important thing for you. Why shall I go into this? Because ମୋ ପାଇଁ ଏଠି କ'ଣ ଅଛି ଯୋଉଥିପାଇଁ କି ମୁଁ ମେଡିକାଲ କୋଡିଂ କୁ କ୍ୟାରିୟର ହିସାବରେ ନେବି. So ମୁଁ as a professional, like ତମେ ଯୋଉ ବି କ୍ୟାରିୟର pursue କରୁଛ, what are the things that you look for in a career? There are four. ମତେ କ୍ୟାରିୟର ରେ stability ଅଛି କି ନାହିଁ, ଏଥିରେ growth ଅଛି କି ନାହିଁ. Because just a job, doing a job is not enough. Jodi stability nahi, aji job kartibo, kali job jodi padela, then it's a problem. Then stability achi ki nahi, then growth achi ki nahi. Where shall I reach after 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, or 10 years? Where shall I land? That is another thing. Then after COVID, jota asi jai ki, do I have the flexibility? Flexibility in the sense, can I work from home? Can I work from a remote location? Maybe join kari paribini. Can I do it? So this is something that somebody is considering. Then another thing, important thing is that if you are doing a job or you are pursuing a career, is your job or career is being recognized by people? Like mu jo jinsata karuchi, am I getting enough professional satisfaction out of it, or mate gote recognition miluchi ki? So these are 4-5 parameters I think samaste consider karanti, and they should consider before choosing a career. So amara eti gote mate bahut questions ase normally pharmacy pila manko pakru, and jo mane already professionals bi achanti and colleges mankare bi pacharanti. So we agenda to discuss about your traditional pharmacy career. Normally gote pharmacy, B Pharm and M Pharm pare, what you do normally, you go to industry and manufacturing of pharmaceutical companies, which is a traditionally, which has been happening for last 20-30 years. So right now, when there are other opportunities are cropping up because of the advancement of technology, so are you taking the advantage of it, or you are still stuck in that 1990 era? So that is $1 million question that I also discuss with a lot of your college professors and principals, and they also tell us the same thing, that we are not able to provide them that insight into that. So I'll be talking about that in a more deeper way, that when you have the options, which I see the people of other states are taking, especially if you see our southern states, when they are able to take the advantage to choose a career beyond this traditional industry job, why can't you? Because you don't lack in anything. You don't lack in talent, you don't lack in your temperament, then why shouldn't you take a career in it? The only thing is that you don't have enough information, enough guidance and clear roadway or pathway, the roadmap to pursue it. So we'll be side by side, we'll be discussing it, because I personally do not demean any career, because every career, every job has its own significance. But at the end, it's a conscious decision you should make which career I should pursue, which will give me personal satisfaction. So it's my job to tell you things which are important, and then you can take a decision like which one suits you the most. So we have come up with 5 or 6 parameters in pharma industry and who have left their job in the pharma industry and come into medical coding. So it's a shared experience what they have shared with us. So on that basis, we have framed this comparison. So let's first talk about stability and career growth. Industry career is a stable career, but the growth is pretty slow, what they have shared with us. Like after 2, 3, 4, 5 years also, they don't see that much of a jump in their salary or the other parameters. Whereas in medical coding, apart from being stable, it gives you an exponential growth if you are pursuing it correctly. Because I have seen, like in 2 years, not even 2 years, have grown from zero to, you can say, like they have grown like anything. Like there are several examples of it. So they are from pharmacy background, they are from general biotechnology or other life sciences background. So they have seen an exponential growth. Then the salary. When it comes to salary, what they share it with us, a lot of our own students who have gone to the industry jobs and come back, and they said that we get a very low entry level salary, and also there is another reason that they don't stick to the job, and maybe within a few months, year, they had to drop the job and come back. So whereas in medical coding, you get a competitive salary at the beginning, and once you get more experience, a year of experience, then again, as I said, the salary growth as well as your career growth will be exponential, and you get a very competitive salary. Then the third point, which is very important, is that am I learning in my career? Because you cannot be stagnated in your career, right? And earlier it used to happen that you do a four-year course and that can serve you for next 30-40 years. But that is not the career that you can pursue today, because things are changing so fast. So if you don't adapt to the changes, if you don't learn new things, you will be obsolete. So now learning scope and in-demand skills, because if you have a skill that is not in demand in the market, you will never be getting more salary or more compensation. So what we understand is that there is no scope of learning and improve a specialized skills, so that you can, you do your certifications, because there are global certifications, which I'll be talking about it a bit later. Then you develop on a specialized skills that makes you a specialist in that sector. Because what happens in medical coding is that once you are a basic medical coder, after that you specialize. For example, you are a surgery specialist medical coder, you are a radiology specialist medical coder, maybe you are a emergency room medical coder. So there are specialist medical coders, so that you develop a specific skills, and on that basis you grow your career. So, and the next, which is job flexibility. A lot of girl student of mine and a lot of students, when I interact in colleges, they say that we don't go to sometimes we don't go to an industry job because it's far away, and sometimes our family is not comfortable. We are also not comfortable working in there. So we somehow do empowerment. We look for other kind of jobs. So when you are spending 4 years or 6 years learning something like pharmacy, then why can't you apply it in somewhere else? So the flexibility is somehow limited, or there is no flexibility in the industry career, whereas in medical coding it's highly flexible, of course, because it gives you the ability to work from anywhere, or work from home. After maybe a year of experience, when you can work independently, then companies are ready to like give you the work from home or work from anywhere of your choice. So this is the flexibility you get. And then to following up with the same question, the job flexibility, work environment. We also have got a lot of work environment, like we have to stand for a long hours in the plant flow, which may not be very favorable for somebody who is not adaptive to that, right? So it also dissuade a lot of girl students, especially to pursue the industry career and to be posted at a understandably, the pharma industry and plants are located in remote locations, maybe in Himachal, Sikkim, understandably so. So it doesn't provide them a favorable work environment. Whereas in medical coding, you get a corporate office, you go to, if you are working from office, you get a comfortable workspace, work from a corporate office. So that might be preferable to somebody who doesn't want to work in a factory floor or a plant floor. Then another point is the globally recognized career. When we talk about a career, then since today's world, it's a global village. If you have a career which is a global appeal, then it's good for you. It's good for your career. It's good for your own personal growth and all. So, but I understand that when you pursue an industry career, you doesn't really have a specific recognition of what you do. Of course, within your work area, you got a recognition, you get a recognition, but beyond that, correct me if I am wrong, you don't get those kind of specific recognition. Whereas in a medical coding career, you are actually certified and recognized by some of the world body like Aobpsa, American Academy of Professional Coder, and AHIMA, American Health Information Management Association. So you get certified by them, and you can work anywhere in the world where there are opportunities with these kind of certifications. And then healthcare is getting digitized in a big way, and whatever you see, it's only the 2 to 3% or less than that. So a lot of digitization will be happening in the coming few years, not more than 2 to 3 years. So do you stand a chance to take an opportunity? So I hope that if you are not a part of that, then you will be missing a lot of opportunities that are on your way. So if you are a part of your industry career, the traditional career, you might not be able to take that opportunity that the industry will provide. And of course, medical coding is a big part of a significant part of the digital healthcare. And not only in other developed countries, but also in India, if you see in the last 3-4 years, digitization in healthcare has happened rapidly. Now, if you see, there is medical record number, the India, it's a Digital India initiative. Every person will have their own medical record number. This is a digital medical record number, and it will be linked to your Aadhaar card so that it will not be duplicated. So all those things which US has been doing for last 50 years, India is slowly doing it. And maybe in the next 2-3 years, you will be seeing that we'll have a rapid digitization in your local hospitals as well. So if I sum it up, the previous slides and what I understand, that medical coding gives you a rewarding career in terms of these 5-6 points which every professional looks for, like a competitive salary, the stability and growth. And if I want to work from home or something, I should be having the option. And my skill is in demand. The things that I have learned, that is in demand. And if that is not in demand, if my skill is not in demand, no matter how good I am at it, nobody will take me into job or nobody will hire me. And this is something that is in demand. It is growing at a very rapid pace. Then you also get a rewarding experience and a recognized career. So these are the top 5 points that a life science graduate or a pharmacy graduate should look to pursue. So these are the points that I would like to cover. And these are the certificates that I told a lot about the certification. So it depends from the company to company. And in the next point, we'll be discussing about the certification things. Once जो certifications सुड़ा मिले पिला मानों को को type of certifications मिले. So these are the certification examples. Now let's talk about the career path. Kemiti start kariba and how you will move up in the career graph. So medical coding specialist is a start kariba, then you become a senior medical coding specialist with a little more experience. Then quality analyst, because you will be checking the quality of the juniors. Then this subject matter expert is it's one of the most significant position in a medical coding company or IT company who are pursuing healthcare. Cognizant hires a lot of subject matter expert. So once you have 2 to 3 years of experience in medical coding, they can hire you as a subject matter expert. Then team lead or chief, then manager, then it goes up. So this is the basic career path of a medical coder. Then the next thing is how to become a medical coder. तो एते सब कथा कहि गले कि कोन हबो, but before that, before how to become a medical coder, मो आ गोटे पॉइंट कहि दउची कि को इन मेडिकल कोडिंग को कंपनी माने हायर करंती. So let me go to those companies, then I'll come back to how to be a medical coder. So 80 just basic kichi company mane achanti, but there are more than 100 companies in India, those who are hiring. So these are some of the top companies. United Health Group, world's biggest healthcare company, with a maybe turnover of revenue of 250 billion or more. Then they hire. Cognizant Technology, Tata Consultancy, TCS, they hire a lot. Then there are Omega Healthcare, Coro Health. So these are few of the companies जो माने medical coders को hire करते, and हमारे किसी पिला जो company माने करे अचंते. So there are pure healthcare companies, and there are few all medical coding companies, and there are few IT companies with big healthcare projects. Then let's understand कि remote jobs भी केमती available होता है. For example, हमें इटी गोटे somebody was hiring for remote. There was a company Medicine remotely hire करतला, जेमती मु कहली work from anywhere. So as a medical coder, you can work from anywhere. So it's a remote jobs are available. खाली India रे नुहे, you can do remote jobs from US by being in India also. सेटा मध्य करि परिबो. Then एडी किछि company बाहर थिबो, then so you can see how much of an earning potential you have, which is very important for you. Then move to the next slides. This Cognizant hires for anesthesia medical coders, and Cognizant hire for HCC medical coders. मु जेमती कहउतली कि specialist medical coders थांती surgery पाई, anesthesia पाई, radiology पाई. So there are plenty of jobs available with a very good salary. The TCS is offering 6 lakhs a year for average salary of a medical coder. What to choose for, and the growth from here on is, I'm not even talking about what is there in the abroad. Like for example, if you want to work in Dubai, we also have a training division, which is a Gulf Medical Coding Academy in Dubai and Oman. So there we see the freshers, like without maybe 3 to 4 months of experience, they can get more than 7,000 to 8,000 dirham, which translates to around kete hobo lakhe 60-70,000 टंका in abroad. So mu ebe khali India katha कहूची. Maybe at the end we can talk about opportunity जोटा बाहर अछि, कहीं हमर presence जोटा दुबई रे अछि and Oman ने अछि, ता विषय रे मुटिके तुमको information देबी. So this is the career scenario in India, and which the established to be a medical coder. And को जिनसो तमे सिखिचो जोटा कि तमे तम फार्मेसी रो सिखिचो, और तमे from anywhere else from your, because you have spent almost students, and then जो माने M.Pharm को another 2 years, so it's 6 years. 6 years से तमे कौन सिखिचो जोटा कि you can implement to learn it. So now let's understand कि what जिनसो था. Let's understand. First होची कि एथरे medical terminology is very important. मु एटा गोटे CPC certified professional coder रो कोर्स विषय रे कहूची, which is medical terminology, anatomy and physiology. There are two very important things जोटा कि तमे maybe class 12th रे पढ़िथिबो, but एटी टिके detailed रे medical terminology पढ़िबो, and anatomy and physiology. Then ICD process रे थाए, and then there are few of the billing and other insurance things, business of medicine, healthcare and insurance. Skills, that professional services in hospital and physician clinic, and broad knowledge in reviewing and assigning the codes. So these are the few basic things that you can learn when you get yourself enrolled in the medical coding. And जोटा कि बहुत इंपोर्टेंस मु दउची टू बी ए CPC certified, because medical coding recognizes your credential, which is the certification, because these certifications are globally recognized by and companies माने कौन ना तुमको तुम salary decide करंती based on your certification, or because if somebody is certified and if somebody is non-certified, the salary difference can be 40% up to 50%. And sometimes जो माने नॉन सर्टिफाइड थांती तांको सैलरी सब बेले टे कम मिलु थाए, एंड कंपनी सब बेले चाहे यू गेट सर्टिफाइड, सेति पे कंपनी माने से माने निजे सर्टिफिकेशन दा स्पॉन्सर कर दियंती. वंस यू गेट इनटू दैट कंपनी से माने स्पॉन्सर मध्ये कर दियंती. तो नाउ लेट्स सी कि गोटे CPC सर्टिफाई व्हाट यू नीड टू डू. CPT सर्टिफिकेशन में 100 मल्टी चॉइस क्वेश्चन थाए जोटी को 70% तुमको रखिया को पड़े. So if you score 70% and जो चैप मो कहले books अच्छे and all, if you and how many questions from which chapter, it's clearly mentioned here. So once you do it, then you become a CPC certified professional. Okay. So now let's move on to few more things. Slides I have. No, it's I think it's. Yeah, this is something we got from our research, that what is an average salary that an senior medical coder get and versus a pharmacist from Ambition Box. So now I think I gave you enough information about this. These are the books that medical coding re पढ़ा हुआ है, ICD टा, CPT टा and SCPCS. So these are basically 3 books जोड़ा हमें मेडिकल कोडिंग रे कवर करा जाए. So I think I gave you enough information on medical coding, guys. So shall we move on to the Q&A session? And if you have any query, you start asking me directly पचारि परिबो, or else
yes sir. Sir हमको एग्जाम्स कौन दबा को पड़े मेडिकल कोडिंग करियर पाई?
Yeah, मुझे certificate टा दिए and you become a professional medical coder. But to join a company as a fresher, you may not need a certification. Just after the training, you can get into that. And most of the time, company mane they sponsor your certification. A lot of times, company sponsor kar diyanti tama certification, because they need certified people. Maybe after 6 months or so, they can sponsor your certification.
Okay, sir. Anant bhai will handle the Q&A session.
Yeah.
Anant bhai.
Hello sir. Yes. Hello sir. Good evening.
भुवनेश्वर रे गोटे तांका सेंटर करिया भाई. ओडिसा रे वर्तमान till now there is no healthcare company. Unfortunately, एते वर्ष हे गलानी, but we don't have दार गोटे reason बड़ा अछि कि we don't produce trained professionals. That's the major concern for the company, because I have been talking mo Odisha को आसिले in 2017-18. Before that, more entire work life is in southern India and out of India. So mo जते बेले आसिले एठी we are the only organization Eastern India रे कहीं नहीं, आमे ही खाली गोटे organization जे कि medical coding provide करूछु. So आमे सेबेटारू बहुत कंपनी संगे कथा होछु कि तमे एटलीस्ट गोटे भुवनेश्वर रे सेंटर करो. वाइजाग रे 4टा कंपनी अछि, एठू माने भुवनेश्वर 400 किलोमीटर 4टा 5टा कंपनी अछि, बट भुवनेश्वर अनफॉर्चूनेटली नहीं. That's the only reason कि we don't produce trained professionals. सेमान को 500,000 प्रोफेशनल्स एकाथरे दरकार, से माने 10टा 15टा 20टा रे काम करियन. So they need 500 to 1000 professionals, because तांकर कोन होय ना, when they tie up with a hospital, से hospitals रे जति काम थाए, they need at least 1000 people to work on that. Au सेटा ओडिसा मार्केट रो वर्तमान right now it's not possible. It's up to you guys now. वर्तमान तम पाखरे अछि कि तमे नेक्स्ट वेटा केमती लीड करिवो बिकॉज इफ यू सी इन साउथ इंडिया द कंसेंट्रेट तमे एबे नोएडा रे अछि नोएडा रे किछि कंपनी अछि एक्सेस अछि R1 RCM अछि बट तमे जदि concentration of the companies देखिवो इट्स अराउंड साउदर्न इंडिया हैदराबाद रे अछि माने बड़ साउथ इंडिया सिटी को छाडी दियो छोटो साउथ इंडियन सिटी विजयवाड़ा रे 5टा कंपनी अछि 4टा कंपनी अछि त्रिची रे अछि कोयम्बाटूर रे अछि मदुराई रे अछि कंपनीज सेही फार्मा पिला सेही लाइफ साइंसेस पिला तार फायदा पाउचंती तो व्हाई नॉट यू because we don't produce professionals trained professionals enough that is the only answer जदि आमे नेक्स्ट 6 मास रो वर्ष भितरे if we can train जदि हम पाखरे if not certified at least trained professional थिबो they want tier 2 cities से माने भाईजाग रे काहे करचंती से माने बे कोयम्बाटूर रे काहे करचंती because they want to cut their cost Hyderabad रे Bangalore रे establishment will cost more than Bhubaneswar because they are professional companies and they are MNCs ये जो कोरो हेल्थ हो ओमेगा हो they are all MNCs professionals मिलिबे in a tier 2 city ताले से माने कोन पई हायर करिवे बाहर नाउ आमोरी पिला जाई के हैदराबाद रे चेन्नई रे काम करछन द सेम थिंग कैन बी डन हियर सो ओनली जिंस भुवनेश्वर एथि पई हेई पारुनी बिकॉज़ वी डोंट हैव एनफ हमको होची हमर 4-5-6 वर्षर एक्सपीरियंस रो फार्मेसी स्टूडेंट 40% तो आसीन वर्तमान वर्क फ्रॉम होम से माने दउना एंड अनदर जिंस मने
Yes, sir.
ये तो हिपा हाउ स्ट्रिंजेंट हिपा रो रेगुलेशन केते स्ट्रिंजेंट बोली जानिथबो स्ट्रिक्ट तेनु
Yes, sir.
तेनु कौन हुए ना फ्रेशर मानो को से माने नॉर्मली वर्क फ्रॉम होम दियंतनी अंटिल एंड अनलेस से माने इंडिपेंडेंटली काम करि परिबे तो 6 months to 1 year इज द गुड टाइम तमे जदी स्पेंड करि परिबो एंड तमे भलो परफॉर्मेंस करतो वर्क फ्रॉम होम आराम रे से मन दे दोचली किछि प्रॉब्लम नै
सर जो गोटे माने र्यूमर भलिया आसीतला कि आउ किछि वर्ष रे एआई हमर मेडिकल कोडिंग को डोमिनेट कर दो बोली सर आ ऊपर सर कोन सजेशन देबे
या एआई तो आमे तो बहुत ही माने आमे निजो काम रे वर्तमान 50% टू 60% वो डोमिनेट करिवो एआई को रिपीटेटिव वर्क गुडा को एआई रिप्लेस कर दबो दैट इज इन एनी इंडस्ट्री खाली हेल्थ केयर रे सब इंडस्ट्री रे नो मैटर तमे कोउठी भी करूचो जो रिपीटेटिव काम गुडा होची ना से रिपीटेटिव काम को एआई रिप्लेस कर दबो अदर काम जोटी क्रिएटिविटी दरकार होची फॉर एग्जांपल डिसीजन मेकिंग ता तम हाथ रे रहइबो कि मु को रिपोर्ट टा कोड करिवि then this is not a one step process कि जोटा कि एंटायर सिस्टम टा को वर्तमान if you don't know AI हेल्थ केयर रे 40-50% पर्यंत यूज हलानी इट्स नॉट दैट कि होउनी बट एटा करूची कोन ना हम प्रोसेस टा को इजियर बनै दोची रिपीटेटिव काम गुडा को रिप्लेस कर दबो बट जते बेले जो काम रे तुमको क्रिएटिविटी दरकार तुम एप्लीकेशंस दरकार सेठी से तुमको हेल्प करी कि तुम प्रोसेस टा को फास्टर कर दबो तो एआई स्टार्टेड ऑलरेडी माने नुवा किछ नो
यस सर मतलब आउटपेशेंट कोडिंग रे काम करथले से टाइम रे मैक्सिमम रिपीटेड माने जिंस ही आसुतला टोटली माने जो नॉर्मल फीवर वगैरह हे गेले कि एक्सीडेंट हो गेला
हां से पे डिपेंड करे कि you need to be a specialist for example जेमदि मु कहउतले कि एबे गोटे कोर्स देखो गोटे जॉब देखउतले कि एनास्थेसिया कोडर या सर्जरी कोडर so you need to be a specialist like मु जदी I am a radiology coder or maybe मु इवैल्यूएशन एंड मैनेजमेंट रे अछि कि आउ को कोडर कोडिंग रे अछि सो तुमको स्पेशलिस्ट कोडर मे बी गोटे वर्ष परे या 2 वर्ष परे you need to choose your stream जेमति जने एमबीबीएस कला परे they need to choose कि मोते कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट हबार अछि कि नेफ्रोलॉजिस्ट हबार अछि कि मु खाली प्लेन एमबीबीएस रहिबी ऑब्वियसली तमे यदि प्लेन एमबीबीएस रहिबो तुमको किछि माने तमरा रहिबोनी किछि ना सो you need to be a specialist
ओके सर
या
थैंक यू सर
थैंक यू सागर आउ कोन क्वेरीज अछि
Yeah, thank you, Sagar. There is another question like, sir, he's a student of first year. So his question is, can I start preparing for medical coding now with over very little knowledge in pharmacy?
Can you repeat your question?
the student asked, like, can he start preparing for medical coding with a knowledge, with a very little knowledge in pharmacy?
Little knowledge in pharmacy means what? Like what kind of little knowledge he is saying? Because pharmacy, I think it's a branches of things that you study in pharmacy, right? There are a lot of stuff you.
So the student is at first semester, so he has a query of that.
First semester doesn't matter. See, what it needs to be a medical coder, you need to know medical terminology. I think medical terminologies and all can be taught. I think, I don't know in which semester you study. He can do it. It's a means these are the base, because without that you cannot understand a report. Then after that your will interact with the patient. If you are knowledgeable enough, that can give you, that can make you a better coder. You can have a better judgment. So your understanding of that will play a big role.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute, Anant bhai. Looks like we have someone who has raised a hand. So
Okay.
let's give him a chance to speak.
Yeah,
Navneet.
please. Yeah, please, go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I am Navneet.
Hi, Navneet.
Sir, hi, sir. As our
Yes.
previous member asked about a question.
As a medical coder, if you start your career now, you will be mostly operating in the US industry, and US is the biggest industry about HIPAA, HIPAA, that stands for Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. It takes care of everything, every data breach. You cannot even divulge a patient's name. So they have a very stringent system in place. Those systems are in place. So artificial intelligence is not new. Now we are seeing chat GPT and all, but artificial intelligence has been helping healthcare industry for maybe last 1 decade or so, 1 decade or 2 decades. So it's not new. And the data breach that you are talking about, as a coder level, you.
Sir, this thing, the medical coding, is it completely a private entity, or there is something that the government is doing to ensure that it in the government?
Medical coding in general, or what?
Yes, medical coding in general.
Yeah, medical coding is as I think if you have gone through the history of medical coding, how it started, how it was implemented by WHO. So it's a healthcare process that has been implemented by at least 50 countries in the world. Okay, so if you have understood that process, like why medical coding is needed and all, in India, our healthcare system has not been, upgraded enough to implement medical coding at one go. But I think we are slowly moving into it. It might take a bit more time before you see medical coding is being done at a hospital near you. But if you see the developed nations, like the companies that I showed you, why they are hiring so much, because they are doing the, the medical coding projects of other like US and all. And if you see some of the countries near to us, for example, UAE, and Oman, where we also have presence, they do it like in every hospital you go, your record has to be coded, because they have implemented it at the federal level, at the government level. So in India, they are doing it very slowly. Like maybe 3-4 months back, we trained a bunch of doctors in National Health Mission on mortality tracking. Like they were tracking, so we trained them on a few very basic codes. So they are doing it in a very slow manner. So they will be implementing it slowly. It's a global phenomenon, not related to one country, Navneet.
And so one last question is, so if I want to be a coder, should I go for a certification course that is like being provided in our country, like in domestically, or should I just look for something like as you mentioned, some other certification courses, those are being given by some
No,
from
no.
other countries.
No, no, that not, it's not country specific. Like, for example, you just need to pass their exam. For example, AAPC. AAPC provides the certification. For example, we as an organization train people to become a CPC certified coder. And there are several other companies are there. So they are the certifying body, you know, the AHIMA and AAPC are certifying body. So no matter wherever you do, from where you do, you need to clear that certifications. You need to register with them and you need to clear the certification, and then only you will be getting the certification from them. So, and sometimes what happens is that people join after getting trained, people join in a company and the company sponsor certificates on behalf of the students. Like, for example, you join tomorrow, say, Coro Health or Omega. Then after 5 to 6 months, Omega will help you to, and they will pay the certification fees and all, and they will help you to secure the certification. The certification system process goes like that. And AAPC, AHIMA, these are the two certifying body. Then they give certification, they conduct examination and give certification to the entire world. Am I clear, Navneet, or you have some other questions?
Yes, sir. Just one more. So, what would be
Yeah.
the cost of what would be the cost of that course?
You are asking about the course, or the course is different and certification is different, Navneet?
Sorry, sir. Certification, sir.
Yeah, certification currently, if you are doing it on your own, then you need to register with AAPC and pay whatever the amount there. I think currently it's around $350 to $400, I believe, the current rate that you need to pay to AAPC for that examination. But if you want to go in the other route, then the company will pay that amount for you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Do we have anything? Any more questions?
Yes, sir. We have questions, like most of the questions are on the same manner. One of
Okay.
the more aligned questions is, what is the basic case as a fresher in medical coding?
Yeah, I think I missed your question. There was a bit of distortion. Can you please repeat your question?
Yes, sir. So, one of the most repeating questions is, like, what is the basic pay scale as a fresher in medical coding?
Okay. The pay scale depends, like certified coder. I think I was following up that question with Navneet. If you are a non-certified coder, then your pay scale might start from somewhere around 15,000 to 25,000 is the basic pay, excluding incentives, because they provide a lot of incentives to even to freshers. So the basic will somewhere vary from 15,000 to 25,000 as a non-certified coder. But if you are a certified coder, then it might go up to 40%, like whatever you are getting, up to 40 to 50% it goes up. I'm talking about the freshers, excluding incentives.
Masters, or we can directly switch after bachelor degree?
See, medical coding doesn't differentiate between a master degree and because this is something to do more with skill rather than a degree. So master or bachelor doesn't make a difference. You just need to have a degree. It's master or bachelor will not make a difference. So it's better if you can start after because whatever the things that you need to learn, I think you can learn after. This is the basic qualification that the companies are looking for. If you need to be a graduate, like your bachelor degree. So it's not that if you are a master degree, for example, M.Pharm maybe a MSc in biotechnology, you will get more salary. No, So these are skill-based jobs, so you will not get a better preference if you are a master degree holder.
Yes, sir. So we have one more.
Yeah, this certifications is CPC or CIC or CCS. Those certifications will carry more value than the traditional way. Yeah, please continue. Yeah, it generates a lot of things. So basic computer knowledge is enough, which I think most of the people have. So basic how to operate a system is enough, I guess, like how to run a laptop or how to run a computer. That's it. You don't need to be a pro in computer. You just need to have basic knowledge.
Okay, sir. So by this, I guess we have same overlapping questions, and we are end of questions right now. Anyone from the panel right now is having any questions, or else Bansika, you can continue forward.
Okay, then do we have any questions? It looks like we have covered all our questions. Thank you,
Okay.
sir, for clearing our doubts and answering all our questions.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Now,
inviting me.
I would like to yes, sir. I would like to request our president, Mr. Bikram Kesari Nanda, to present the token of appreciation from AOBPSA Parivar.
Good evening. I wish to request you to accept the token of appreciation from the team of AOBPSA Parivar.
Thank you so much.
Us here today. It has been an absolute pleasure to have you all here, and I hope that you have had a meaningful and a transformative experience. Firstly, I would express my deepest regards to the AOBPSA team for organizing this webinar. I would like to thank our wonderful honored guest, Mr. Himanshu Das, for making time to be with us today. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and expertise with us and for inspiring us. I would like to present my heartily thanks to our founder, Mr. Prabhu Prasad Misra, for guiding us daily and motivating us. To all the participants present here in the meeting and all of those who joined us live on YouTube, thank you for showing up with an open mind and willingness to learn and grow. Your presence and energy have contributed to the atmosphere and sense of community here. I would also like to express my gratitude to our organizing team who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this meeting a success. Your hard work and commitment to making this event happen has not gone unnoticed, and we are all deeply grateful for your efforts. Thank you, Vansiga, for the wonderful hosting. Thank you all once again, and I wish you all the best on your journey ahead. See you all soon with more such interesting and brainstorming seasons. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable time, and thank you all the participants for having joining us today. Thank you so much.
Subhadeep, you can end the stream. Subhadeep,